Today we'll be learning on how to create a combination chart. So first of all, you have to open up the chart underscore student Excel file. So step number one, what you need to do is just to select the table with the data. So please select everything inclusive of all the titles that on the for the chart that you need to draw. So the next thing you need to do, just click on insert, select on this, and just or by standard, just click on cluster column. Okay, and the graph that we need to draw is actually here. Okay, so we need to create the same chart as shown at this part. I'm going to put it side by side so it's easier for you all to see. So the first step that we need to do is always to make sure that the chart is exactly the same outlook as the one that we need to plot. So first of all, you will see that, oh, chart title is different, of course. So let me just change the chart title to update for January. Then the next step, you all realize the legend is at a different side. So the next thing you need to do is just change the chart element here. Plus, you will see that the legend, we want it to be at the top. So that's all. Okay. Then if you compare it again, give some time to compare. What do you see? Do you realize that there is this type of movie here, but there isn't it here? Means to say that the axis title for the horizontal axis is missing. So click on this arrow key under primary horizontal and click it on here. If you don't know what horizontal and vertical means, right, you just need to hover along without clicking on the tick. Okay, it will not apply. After which, if this is the one that you need, so you just type of movies. Okay, ta-da! Do you realize that it's exactly the same now? Okay, that is the first step of trying to make the elements the same. So the second step that we need to learn is on how to make it exactly the same here if what you see here is ticket sale after discount, but there are more than that here. We only need 3 parts instead of the 5 listed there. So for this case, we need to filter the data. And how to do that? Without going to anything else, you look at here, there's a plus, there's a paintbrush, and there is this filter funnel. Click on the filter funnel here and just select. Oh, I don't want number of movies. I don't want a number of tickets. So, okay, and that's all I need. I put apply and ta-da! I have it. Okay, that's how we filter the data. So now once we see that all the filter data is here already, we realize that our chart is different. Instead of a column chart, this is a cluster chart. Instead of a line graph here, I don't see any line. And there is still extra axis here. So what do I do? So the next step that you need to do is just right click on any of the axes here and click on change series chart type. Once you click on that, you just need to see, oh, my discount is supposed to be a line graph with a marker. So you select the one with marker and you realize that this is also your secondary axis. So click on that. The next thing that you realize here is this is clustered and this is just a column chart, right? So I need a clustered stack column chart. Okay, so it's not only clustered, I need it to be stacked together, just like that. And then you have it, it's exactly the same now. Okay, so moving on to the third step, the third skill set, you will see that now we have everything there already, but then our axis, the value seems to be very different. So here we need to learn how to format the axis. And how do we do that? Everything is the same. It's always, if I want to make any changes, click on the axis, right click, format axis. And from there itself, you will be able to change the unit. Plus, do take note of this. Always focus on the unit itself. So if the changes here, you see that the difference is 10,000 instead of the 5,000, I just need to go to the my major units and click on 10,000. E6 just means the 10 to the power of 6. It doesn't matter much. Okay? And you can see the maximum is 30,000 and the minimum is 0. So doing the same here, right? We can also do the same for the right hand side. So same thing, I'll click on the axis, right click, format axis, and this appear here. So do you realize the interval is 0.1? So I will just need to go to the major units and change it to 0.1. Okay, and then let me close it up and you will see, is it the same now? The change is exactly the same. Once we have the axis that's the same already, do you realize that the marker is not the same? So what we need to do is just click on the marker, right click and click on format data series. And from here itself, you have to click on the pin bucket and click on marker because you want the marker options to be here. Open it up like just clicking here, put built in. and select the type of marker that you like. I like it big, so I can just put it big. Big and small, usually we do not denote. We just need to make sure that the type is correct. Okay, and that's all, and we are done with. Now the last one. What if this time round you realize that the chart is entirely different now? Okay, the chart looks very different from what we have here. So what do we do next? So instead of using the same chart, I'm just going to delete this whole chart again. I'm going to show you how it's being done. So same step, if I were to do this, right, to create a new chart and I put insert this chart by itself here. Okay, let's compare. I'm going to bring it down to do my comparison. One for while, let me do. Okay, so this is the chart that I need and this is the chart that I have now. Do you see the big difference here? First of all, okay, ticket sale. This one very simple. We can also change it here. Let me get rid of this. Okay, we can change it to ticket sales, no issue. But now, when you look at the data properly, it's very, very different. The action, adventure, horror, comedy, drama, and musical is now actually part of the legend. And we only have ticket sale and ticket sale after discount here. Means there are a lot of things that's missing. So what we need to do next is actually this. Let me just show you. I'm going to make it a bit smaller. Okay, I'm going to show it here. We need to filter our data first to see what is the thing that we need. Okay, I'm going to shift it here so you can see what is my filtering about. Okay, so once I filter my data, oops, I can't see. Okay, so first of all, I don't need the discount, number of tickets sold, and number of movies because this is what happens here. Okay, do you see? We only need the ticket sale and ticket sale after discount. So ticket sale and ticket sale after discount. But now it's opposite. It's like a swap. So what do I do next? Very simple. Just go under chart tools, right? The design. There is this thing called switch the row and column. And ta-da! You almost have it already. The only difference is that now this is actually a step column and this is just a cluster column. So what we need to do is actually change the series type and just change everything to a step column. And voila, you have it. And that's all. So this is the additional skill. So if you realize something is very different from what it is, right, it is just one button away. So what you need to know to revise again, the quick one is, we just need to know how to use the plus button at the top to change the axis or add in the titles. We need to know how to do our filtering of data to see what are the data that is required for the question. And of course, the next thing that we need to do if we want to play with the axis, we just need to do right click and just put our format axis or format, for my for the markers as well. Okay, and that's all for the lesson. Thank you.